All right. Welcome back to All Cars, my friends. It is time for another Motorweek Retro Review reaction. This one is called the Sport Compact Challenge, and I believe it's from about 2014. So much like I did a few weeks ago, this is another, is it really retro? I still think it's interesting because, well, there's a few cars on here, it looks like, from the pictures that we just don't have anymore. And it's fun to go back only 10 years and be able to see how the mix of cars has changed. At least it is for me. And also for some of the younger people out there, you might be able to remember these cars. So, as always, grab that beverage of choice. We have got some fully leaded coffee today. Get comfortable, and let's take a trip back just a decade or so down memory lane.
Week is made possible by Rock Auto, Tire Rack, and Die Hard.
Cheap speed, that is inexpensive high performance, is something we and a lot of automotive enthusiasts are always searching for. But which ones give bargain hunting speed freaks the most bang for the buck? Well, that's what we're about to find out. For this battle of thrifty thrusters, we hightailed it to Chicago, where we again joined Cars.com and USA Today to blast our way through this pack of frugal flyers. Leaving no RPM unturned, we also weighed performance with practicality for our group of 8 contestants. They are the feisty Fiat 500 Abarth.
All right, so if you've been on the channel before, I'm a big fan of the 500. I am. It's a ridiculous car. It's not as reliable as the Japanese. It's too small for the back seat. The engine is fine, but it doesn't get great gas mileage. It ends up being an expensive, not better than anything else out there, but I love it for its personality.
The fun Ford Fiesta ST.
Okay, and I can understand if you hate the Fiesta, and as I recall, the automatic was miserable, but I love that car. I loved that car. We had a chance to drive one for about a week, not the ST version, I will admit, and I loved it. The only thing I didn't like about it is I wish I had a seat height adjustment, but kind of dorky looking, though. I never really totally bought into the styling on it and the Focus at the time.
The unique Hyundai Veloster Turbo.
I know that they have a pretty passionate following for the inherent goodness. Not a fan of it. I don't like the styling, but if you're just looking for performance, you might find something there you like.
The Euro-flavored Kia Forte5 SX.
Yuck. That's a car I should like, but I don't.
The quirky Nissan Juke Nismo RS.
That I did not expect. I was all excited about this being a small car, sporty car, and throw in the Juke. I mean, it's the hyped up version, but what an interesting choice.
The rear drive Scion FRS. The Impreza-less Subaru WRX. And the original hot hatchback Volkswagen GTI.
Okay, so none of those were really a big surprise. You kind of expected, if you were looking for sport compact, the GTI had to show up, the Impreza, the WRX had to show up, and then absolutely the Toyota. So let's see. I'll stop interrupting.
There's a wide variety of body styles and drivetrains here, so head to Cars.com for full specs and scoring rundowns. But all of our competitors are out the door for less than $30,000. We're also joined by a local hot shoe looking to purchase one of these bargain blasters. Our first order of business was to hit the track and get some high-speed impressions on which of the sport compacts are most capable when pushed hard. After multiple trips down the strip and many laps around Autobahn Country Club's North Circuit, much was revealed. The GTI, WRX, Fiesta ST, and FRS shined, while others, including the Forte5 and Veloster, left us wanting. From there, it was some time on public roads and a complete inside and out evaluation of each car for daily livability. And that's where the other shoes dropped. Practicality hit our emotional favorite, the Fiat 500 Abarth, hard as it settled into 8th spot. 7th through 5th were the Nissan Juke Nismo RS, the Hyundai Veloster Turbo, and another surprise, the Scion FRS.
Interesting. And so it looks like what I'm seeing here on the screen, they're going to jump straight to number 4. So no big surprise that in kind of the performance, handling, track day, that the Kia and the Hyundai rank pretty low. I would expect, no surprise to see the Toyota and the Volkswagen up near the top. But then on the practicality, to have the Juke show up low, I don't have a high opinion of the vehicle. I think it's very inefficiently designed in terms of space, but still having a taller hatchback, I thought it would do a little bit better. But like I said at the beginning, having the Fiats come in 8th, it's a tiny car with very little space. But it's interesting how they worded it as their emotional, choice. So let's see what else they say here.
Our remaining quartet of finalists sees the Kia Forte5 SX in 4th place. While it didn't overwhelm our testers at the track, for a daily driver with a splash of excitement, it's hard to beat, as it offered great comfort and practicality that's hard to come by in this segment, as well as the usual Kia bang for the buck with features like navigation, heated steering wheel, and even a cool driver's seat.
As for on-track performance, the Forte 5 falls way short of the rest of the group here, but for an everyday, practical, comfortable car, it's probably one of the best here.
It's really a good choice for daily driving because it's very composed, very compliant, has enough sporty edge to it that you won't feel like you're driving somebody else's leftover something.
That's interesting that they're coming at it from that point of view. And I guess I can see what they're saying. If you need your car to get you back and forth to work, right? Or, driving down to grandma's house, whatever it happens to be, but you'd like it to have just a little zest to it. You're not looking for those track times. You're not looking for that 0 to 60 time. You're just looking for something that's entertaining. And I say frequently that, buying a car is an emotional experience. Does the car talk to you? I've driven cars that are very impressive, but I don't want one. And so I don't like the styling on the Kia. I think it's ugly in an awkward way. But for good equipment, good value, good pricing, and it's got a little bit of zest, I can see where they're coming from. I would rather get a better car, a better looking car with a less powerful engine than that car with the more powerful engine. Suddenly the value doesn't work for me. I'd rather have, for example, I'd rather have a Golf with a base engine than the Kia with this upgraded engine.
The Ford Fiesta ST is another one of our favorite pocket rockets at Motorweek, and it didn't disappoint here one beat, at least on the track, where its stiff suspension made for some fun and flat handling. However, it's also that harshness that held it back here in this competition, as most found the ride too unforgiving for daily driving. Still, it's a lot of fun for a little price.
There are more refined cars in this test, more buttoned down and poised. This one is just fun, whether it's on the street or on the track. I just had a blast in it.
I had the most fun in the Fiesta all day long. It just, the car drove so well. It kept urging me to drive it faster and faster.
So interesting. Not a fan of the ST because of how rough it rides, but that's a small car, right? That's not Civic size, right? That's smaller. The styling is cool, but it never completely came together for me. The interior was fine for Ford early 2010s. It was a blast to drive, but Again, I would go with more of a basic model. It have much less horsepower, but it rode better. It rode pretty well, and all of a sudden that car becomes exactly the kind of thing I get really excited about. You have 4 doors and a hatchback, and it's goofy, and it's just completely dorky, but flexible and usable every single day. I don't know. I don't love the ST's choice right there. Certainly not at number 3. I feel like there's got to be a more compliant option that still offers some usability every day. And I'm not sold on that one.
The Subaru WRX has long been a standard in the hot, cheap class, and while it may have dropped the Impreza name from its title, it's lost none of the great performance or good commuting comfort on its way to a runner-up spot here. It was by far the fastest of the group at the drag strip, and the true sedan design makes for a great everyday car. Plus, it has standard all-wheel drive. But that all came at a price, as the WRX was also the priciest contestant here.
The WRX is without a doubt the hot rod of the group. Its acceleration is unparalleled at the drag strip.
For me, I think the WRX is one of the best cars here in overall every single category. And it's proof that you don't need an ultra stiff ride to get great handling performance.
Yeah, it was interesting when they put that up. Those numbers, those are big numbers compared to, number 3 and number 4, the Kia and the Ford. That thing, what was it, 268 horsepower, something like that. But it was $4,500 more expensive. But it was also about 2 seconds quicker, something like that, 1.5 seconds, 0 to 60. I mean, the WRX, I've liked it for many, many generations. Some of them were uglier than others, but when you get up to those really hopped up versions, right? I mean, just awesome power through an all-wheel drive system. It's an incredible car. And another little example of, I think if I ever started buying Subarus, that's just what I would buy. So I can't argue with that choice being number 2.
Most consider the Volkswagen GTI as the original sport compact, so it's no surprise that it came out on top again as it continues to bring home the goods. It was in the top 2 in every performance category, including fuel mileage. Throw in a mid-pack price, a comfortable ride, hatchback practicality, and it makes for one perfect all-around package.
Not only was the GTI fast, but it was comfortable and it's pretty practical too. And it wasn't even the most expensive of the bunch with an automatic transmission. Definitely the best all-around performer here.
When it comes to versatility, performance, power, excellent braking, the GTI really seems to have it all.
In this comparison of cheap speed, some cars highlighted the cheap, while others prioritized the speed. Still, all are good buys for your performance dollar. None, however, can match the Volkswagen GTI's overall mix of performance and practicality. It looks like the original sport compact is still the best.
Oh, that was really good. I like this one because there were 8, and I'm not remembering all of them right now. I'm forgetting one. I apologize. My top 1 would have been the GTI. There's absolutely no doubt about it. I think you get great car packaging and hot hatch at the same time, and it looks substantial and well built and good interiors and just it's everything. I love the Golf. What 2, 3, and 4 would be for me, I think would be quite a bit different. I think I can take the Juke, the Hyundai, and the Kia right off my list. What I would rank 2, 3, and 4 though, there's another one I'm missing in here somewhere. The Subaru would rank highly. It's not my top choice, but it's got the performance. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what my 2, 3, and 4 would be. How I would rank them. I think the Toyota would probably make it, just because if I'm going for sporty, I'd get that. But that's more sport car, less car, right? That's less everyday practicality. I mean, the GTI and the Subaru were 4 doors, right? The Toyota can't compete with that, although it's a good car. I've said before on the channel, I don't like it. It doesn't capture what the Celica used to be to me, and I can't explain it. I can't put my finger on it. Again, it's not a rational. I can rationalize it to someone else. It's just I don't like the styling. I don't like the seating. I don't like the interior. I don't like the way it sounds. And then you're getting a sporty car with none of the benefit. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I respect it, but I'm not a fan. I have to say the Abarth would be up there. I know it is the least rational option here, completely 100%, but you know what? Of a car that is sporty and fun and just sounds a little obnoxious when you get on the gas, I could see myself in the Fiat. I really, really could. So I'm going to leave it there, other than to say, well, this was really good, and I love that they had 8 to talk about. You know, wouldn't you love to see a Civic Si and how it would do? I'm also I know they were aiming for a price, but comparing the Golf, the GTI and the WRX against the Fiesta, it'd be nice to see a hopped up Focus in there, right? That would be more comparable in terms of size, and I bet it would do better than the Fiesta did. So I'm going to end with that. What a cool one. This one was just fun to go back and think about, but I have to agree. GTI, number 1, top choice. Wish it was $10,000 cheaper. Thanks for being here, guys. Have a good one.